So you've set goals and maybe you've even taken some action towards that goal, but it's just not happening. The goal is not coming closer to you. Ever wonder, why am I not achieving my goals? This video is for you. Hi, my name is Tiffany Toombs. I'm a high-performance mindset coach that has worked with thousands of people across the world to help them achieve more of what they want in their life by letting go of the emotional baggage and limiting beliefs in their mind. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 most common reasons that people are not achieving their goals. Let's go. So one of the most common reasons why people fail to achieve their goal is that in their goal setting process, they're not actually setting goals effectively. Now, it should seem obvious that because we know what we want, our brain should understand, but our goals actually come from our conscious mind, which is our logic, our reason, our intelligence. It's the voice in our head that we are aware of. But this is only 4% of the mind's capacity. And so 4% of your mind actually understands what you want. It's the 96% of the mind, the unconscious mind, that we need to set defined and specific goals for in order for it to know what to go after. You see, in our unconscious mind, we have this part called the reticular activating system. I want you to think of this as like the most advanced GPS in the world. And so whatever you focus on the most, whatever you talk about, a picture of that goes into the reticular activating system, and the reticular activating system looks for the fastest and easiest ways to get there. So where might you be going wrong in your goal setting process? The first thing is that people typically focus on what they don't want, or they focus on the negative. So I'll give you a couple examples. I was a personal trainer for 20 years. And every single time I sat down to talk with somebody and ask them what their goals for signing up with me as a personal trainer were, they would say things like, I don't want to be overweight anymore. I'm sick of being tired when I play with my kids. So in both of these examples, it's important to see that we're focusing on what we don't want. Our unconscious mind is unable to process the negative, not. And so when we say, I don't want to be overweight, the picture that we actually put into the reticular activating system is of us being overweight. When we talk about, I'm sick of being tired every time I play with my kids, the picture we put into the mind is of being tired playing with your kids. So what you want to do instead is describe it exactly as you want it. You would never create a vision board of pictures of you overweight or pictures of you exhausted, and yet this is how people create an unconscious vision board in their mind through their language, is because they're not paying attention to what they are focused on. A couple more examples. I hear people all the time say, I want to pay off my debt. And that sounds positive. Well, that's the thing that I want to move towards. But again, the focus is on debt. And so I've seen it time and time again where even people who are financial planners end up in more debt when they say something like that, because that's the thing they've put into their unconscious mind. So we want to focus on specifically what you want. If you don't want to be overweight, how much weight specifically do you want to lose? What clothing size or dress size do you want to wear? What do you want your measurements to be? If you don't want to feel tired when you're playing with your kids, what is it that you want? Do you want to have an abundance of energy that you can run around with your kids in the backyard for 30 minutes or an hour? Be as specific as possible. We also want to make sure that we're being so specific that it can be measured. So for example, with the debt example that I gave before, you wouldn't say, okay, well, I want financial freedom, because our mind can't get a picture of what that is. It's too ambiguous, it's too broad, it's not measurable. So if you have $20,000 worth of debt and you want to pay that off plus have $10,000 in savings, then you would say, I want to make an extra $30,000 this year. And that would be the goal. That's very specific, very measurable. The unconscious mind knows what to move towards. Think of your unconscious mind like the GPS in your phone. If you put in McDonald's, you're going to end up at McDonald's, not at Whole Foods or the farmer's market. So we want to be as specific as we possibly can, as though we're giving directions to our house or to the place that we want to go. Now, before I share with you the second reason why people are not achieving their goals in the way that they want to, I want to hear from you. When you've set goals in the past, have you made the mistake that I talked about in number 1? Give me an example of a goal that you've previously set that you used the negative or you were focused on the wrong thing, and I'll help you reframe it. Go to the comments below and let me know. The second reason why people fail to achieve their goals is they work from an old model of thinking. What most people think is that in order for them to get the goal, they have to do the right things that will allow them to have what they want, and that will lead them to being the person that they want to be. So if I wanted to be a 9-figure coach, then I would have to do the things that would allow me to have the money that would allow me to be the 9-figure coach. But that's actually not the way that our mind works. If all you had to go out and do was do the right things, then everybody would be successful. Instead, we want to work from a be, do, have model. We need to decide who is it that we have to become in order to do those tasks so that we can have the goals that we want. Now, when we work from the do, have, be model, what we're doing is we are still making decisions based on who we are today. And who you are today, the things that you have in your life, your health, your finances, your relationships, your business or career, every aspect of your life today is just a reflection of the choices and decisions you've made over the last 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, year. Okay, and so if we continue on that behavior, we're just going to get more of what we have already. As Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Your brain is just a record of your past experiences, your past emotions, and your past beliefs. And most people think that because their brain is in control of their body, that what they're thinking or what they're feeling is absolutely right. And so they'll make decisions in the moment. Oh, I'm feeling kind of tired. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to create a budget. You know what? I was really good this week, so I'm going to have a cheat meal, right? So they act on how they feel in the moment, which actually derails their future success. When we move to the be, do, have model, what happens is we figure out, okay, this version of me that has the goal, the version of me who is 20 pounds lighter, the version of me who makes $1 million a year, who has investments that are creating passive income, whatever it is that you're looking for. That version of me, what do they believe? What do they think about? How do they dress? What kinds of people do they hang out with? What are their daily habits and routines and actions? That future successful version of me, when they don't feel like doing something, what do? Because what you're going to find is that successful people keep their commitments to themselves and to others, even if they don't feel like it. And they also recognize that doing something is better than nothing. I was talking to a client the other day and they said, well, if I'm doing a task that I believe is going to take me 4 hours, if I don't have a 4-hour time block, I won't start it. But that means most of the things that I need to get done never get started. And I said, well, what if you were to break it down into smaller steps and at least do the first part so that you start building that momentum? That's what your future successful self would do. They would use the time that they have to take action, knowing that that's going to help them move forward faster. So if you're not achieving your goals and it's because you're making decisions based on how you feel and how you're thinking right now, you're not going to get something other than what you already have. Einstein also said we can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created it. We have to elevate the level of our thinking if we want to get something new, which is why YouTube videos like this are so powerful. And that's also why I put out brand new videos just like this one to help you have ultimate success in your life every single week. So if you're ready to move into that be, do, have model and to start thinking above the level of your current level of thinking. You're ready to allow new thoughts into your life to help you build that momentum towards your goals faster. I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. Just go to that subscribe button below, click it, and like this video while you're there. The last reason that people fail to achieve their goals is because they have limiting beliefs that are out of alignment with their goal. So as I said at the beginning of this video, your goal, that desire that you have, is coming from your conscious mind, 4% of your mind's capacity. Your unconscious mind, that 96%, has all of your belief systems, both the ones that empower you and the ones that limit you. Self-sabotage, imposter syndrome, fear, self-doubt, all of these things that hold us back from achieving our goals happens when what we want is out of alignment with what we believe. And so we can't make ends meet if they're operating on two different radio frequencies or two different timelines. So what we have to do is we actually have to work on the limiting beliefs that are stopping us from taking the action, that are stopping us from becoming the person that we need to be, that are stopping us from making the right decisions or even setting goals in the first place. We have to work on the limiting beliefs and let them go. So I'm going to give you a super simple exercise that you can do at home to start loosening up those old limiting beliefs that you have. First thing is we have to figure out what is the limiting belief that I have. So it could be anything from I'm not worthy to I'm not good enough. It could be related to money, that money, you have to work hard to make money, that money is evil. It could be relating to safety, so it's not safe for me to put myself out there, for me to be seen. Nobody will want to hear what I have to say. The economy is not right. There's an unlimited amount of limiting beliefs that could be blocking you. So go ahead and figure them out. What are they? And then you're going to start with one, and you're going to create a chart, draw a line down the center of the page so you have two columns. And on one column, you're going to write for, evidence for this belief, and then evidence against on the second column. Now, a lot of people ask me, Tiffany, why would I want to argue for the belief? I thought I was trying to get rid of it. The thing is most of us have just accepted our beliefs as being true without actually ever questioning, how do I know this is true? How do I know that this is totally valid? And so let's take a belief like I have to work hard to make money. What you're going to do in the for column is you're going to list all the people that you know that work hard and would describe themselves as working hard, and the people that have a lot of money. Now, these can be people that you know personally, or it can be people that you know of out in the world. Maybe you know them on social media, maybe you have met them one time at an event, or maybe you've just seen them speak on stage and you've never actually met them in person. So people that you know of or people that you personally know. List all the people that describe themselves as working hard and make a lot of money. Then in the against column, what you're going to do is you're going to list all the people who make a lot of money but don't really believe they work hard or don't seem to be working at all. And then you're going to list all the people that work hard and don't have a bank account balance that you envy. When we start doing this, we can see that oftentimes we have very little evidence for our belief and we have a mountain of evidence against it. This allows the limiting belief to start loosening up in our unconscious mind so that we can replace it with something that serves us better. Now, if you want more tools to help you reprogram limiting beliefs, overcome fear, imposter syndrome, overwhelm, and anything else that's going to derail you from getting your goal, I would love to have you join my 6-day Mind Mastery Challenge. This is a totally free challenge, and I've put together the 6 most powerful exercises that I use with my clients to help them overcome those mental blocks that lead to self-sabotage. All you have to do to get instant access to the challenge is go to nlpworksheet.com or click on the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.